So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and hide my Leo Geo. What we're going to focus on is building the controllers for the feet. So I'm going to go to my side view, and okay, so let's go to our side view. I'm going to make sure X-ray mode is on, and I'm going to hide my Leo model here. Okay, and what you'll notice is actually you had to switch out the models for a second there. So this is the actual correct model from the folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my joint tool, and I'm going to create something called a reverse foot controller, and that's going to actually control the movement of our model. So let's go ahead and start. What you do is pay close attention to this and then do it. So watch me do it first and then follow along. So first, directly below the heel, you're going to create one joint. And then below the toe, you're going to create the other. So you're going straight across. And then in the center of both, you create another joint. Notice how they're all on the same plane. And then directly above this joint, you create one more. And then you hit enter. If you did this correctly, when you select the root here, I'm going to kind of shift this up. The whole skate, or the whole reverse foot controller, should be selected. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to scoot this up a little bit. Now what I normally do is, again, I'm going to do select dash high. I normally make this a little bit smaller, so I'm going to do 0.3 here, than the controller, so that we can see it a bit better. Now the way this works is, let's go to our perspective mode, and then jump over to the front view, is we want to line this up directly below the foot here, and then I'm going to actually hit Control D and just duplicate it over the other foot here. Now we have to actually parent this correctly, so this could get a little tricky, but it's not hard to do. So starting from the front, which is right here, I'm selecting that first SC solver. Then I'm going to select the bone that runs from the front here. So first this, then I'm going to shift select this, and I'm going to hit P to parent. And what you'll notice is if you move it up, that front toe should move. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the IK handle, the SC IK handle that sits at the ball of the foot, and then I want to be careful to select just this bone here, and it's this joint here. So I'm going to hit P to parent that, and then lastly the actual IK handle that runs from the top. This is our rotation, and I'm going to parent it here. And what you'll get is, when you move this ice skate around, it'll move your entire foot up and down. It also serves to actually hold your leg in place as you move the hips up and down. Okay, so I'm going to do that again one more time quickly, but I'm going to go in the reverse order here. I'm selecting the IK handle at the ankle, then I'm parenting it here. I'm selecting the SC solver here, and I'm parenting it to the ball of the foot. I'm going to select the IK handle here, and then parent that there, and just check it, test it out. When I hit E to rotate this, the foot moves this way. Can I move the entire foot going that way? Yes. Can I heel pivot this way? Yep, that looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to actually create sort of a NURB circle that sits on the ground plane below the foot here. And this is what's going to really be, that's going to be what we actually animate our foot with. So what I'm really just going to do is go to Create, NURBS Primitive Circle. And I'm going to create that here, just by the ball of the foot. And I'm going to Control right click out here. Or actually I'm just going to right click out here and go to Control Vertices. And I'm going to create a little foot. Oops. Let's go ahead and uncheck everything but the curve, so that it doesn't select our bones or anything. I'm going to hit W, and I'm just going to create a shoe. And I don't want this shoe to go too far into my other foot, so I'm just going to kind of create something that looks like this. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is go to Object Mode, and to kind of keep them sort of on the same, so it flips perfectly, I'm going to hold D and the X key, and I'm going to move my pivot point to the center. And then I'm just going to go up to here, Modify, and I want to go to, Edit, and then I want to go to Duplicate, Special, And under scale here, I'm going to type in -1 and just hit apply. You'll see it flipped it over. Then I'm going to select each one, and I want to get rid of all of this, and I want to center the pivot. So I'm going to go to Modify, Center Pivot. Let's select this next one, hit G to redo action. And then I'm going to select both of these, and I'm just going to go to Modify, Freeze Transformation. So that freezes the transform on each, so you can see they're completely clean. So then what I want to do is, I'm actually going to select this guy now. So let's turn joints back on. Then this foot controller that I created, let's make sure that that's sitting flat on the ground, and it is. So again, I'm going to select this, the heel of my ice skate here, and then I'm going to hit P to parent. And then the heel of this ice skate, or reverse foot controller, I'm going to hit P to parent. So now when I move this around, you can see I move the whole leg, going like this. And our foot is locked in place now, so it doesn't move below the ground. In the next video, we're going to actually build out all of the attributes that allow our foot to roll and move and pivot so we can do walks and runs.